for them and great memories. So, yeah, I'm very grateful for the club for putting those things on, because we got to go out and experience it as well.
Great stuff. Obviously, you've listened to the show. You're aware of the format. This is your chance as well to make a recommendation to the listeners. So is there anything you want to recommend out there to the SLP family?
Well, I got Netflix a couple of weeks ago when we were in lockdown, because I thought, you know what, we might run out of good TV to watch. And I came across something called Staircase. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's a documentary on Netflix. It's a long documentary. It's about 10, 11 programs, and they're all about an hour long, about a guy in America whose wife was found at the bottom of the stairs, banged to her head. It was considered a fall. But some things just didn't add up. It looked quite severe, the amount of blood for the fall. So you're left thinking, was it really a fall or wasn't it? Anyway, it did go to court and he was found guilty initially.
Spoiler alert! You can't just pull out a true crime show and tell people how it ends, David.
That's very true. I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Add him to the blacklist of Hearst.
Staircase then.
Well, what I've done there is I've saved you 11 hours of watching TV, haven't I? Because now you just watch the last one. You might want to edit that. No,
that's stays in. That's entertainment.
Just in the break, but that's not the end of the story. There's a lot more besides. That's only halfway through. So I didn't give away the end. Yeah. But there's a lot more to it. It's fascinating. So. If you like that kind of thing, yeah, that might be one you want to watch.
Brilliant. Sarah, how's things been over in Hull? How have the kids enjoyed not having to do any schoolwork so much this week? And I mean, did you have a good Easter weekend?
Yeah, they've really enjoyed not having schoolwork to do, and actually, I've really enjoyed it as well. I wasn't sure how it was going to be with them. Like not having any structure at all, but actually it's been fine. We've had quite a nice time on the hurl. Anna and Joshua have learnt how to ride their bikes. That's been the major thing. Joshua had no interest in riding his bike for years because you can't really carry a rugby ball, can you, and ride a bike so easily. So he wasn't really that bothered. But and also it's difficult because the only time Peter normally has any prolonged time at home is over Christmas, which isn't really the time for going out on bikes, but they've mastered it. So our daily exercise tends to be going out on bikes now, which is quite nice. I just need to get my fitness up.
Is that going well though? Is that helping you feel fitter?
Well, it would if I could actually do any distance. Yeah. But no, like it's good. Thinking like long term in the future, it just means even that Joshua will be able to ride his bike round to training and things like that, which isn't far, but just being able to go on his bike will just give him that bit more independence and stuff.
Awesome.
So that's sort of been our achievement, I guess, of the week.
And what about your first week or so with Netflix? Have you got any recommendations that you want to spoil the end of?
No.
Did you do it? Just tell us if you did it or not, or didn't do it.
No, not really. I've not properly got into it. The kids have enjoyed. There's quite a few interactive things, so you can choose what happens, and the kids are loving doing that. Yeah. But no, one thing that I keep meaning to recommend and keep forgetting is 8D audio. Have you heard of it?
No.
So somebody at one of my mental health groups talked about it and said, I can't really explain it. It's just it's amazing but weird to listen to. So if you go onto YouTube and put in 8D audio, you can listen to, but you need to have earphones or headphones of some description. It's like music, but you have the sensation it's moving around your head. So it's like it being in surround sound, and it passes like from one ear to the other. It's quite good if like you're anxious or anything, because it really gives you something to focus on as it's moving.
Oh, so you can use it as like a mindfulness exercise type thing. And
yeah.
Wow, no, I've never heard of it, but it might be useful for me after I've finished a day working from home this week, because I feel like I'm probably going to have a busy week.
Yeah, so I mean, I listened the other day. They had Bohemian Rhapsody. I found that on it in 8D audio, so that was quite interesting. Or sometimes like just regular like music without any words.
All right, yeah.
Almost like in your head, sort of follow where it is.
So it kind of distracts your mind for a second from the things that's been winding you up, or
yeah, totally.
Because it's so. Oh wow, yeah. No, I've never heard of that. That's really interesting. That's a good one. Thank you for that, Sarah.
No problem.
I've enjoyed Easter weekend because it has felt like a really long break. Normally, I've really missed proper Easter, i.e. going to watch rugby, definitely, and it was a strange experience on Good Friday, and it was a lot of speaking to people that I go and watch the rugby with and that sort of thing, and just missing it a bit. But then in our garden, the people who lived here before us left like a chimney thing. I think is that what they're called? The little things where you burn stuff in.
Yeah.
Got a big hole on the front and the top. Yeah. So a chimney. We got that out because we did some gardening, and a while ago we had a load of trees taken out, and it left a few bits behind that were a bit messy. So we picked up all these twigs and sticks and stuff like that, and I cut a couple of branches off a tree as well. Probably shouldn't have put that in the chimney when I'd only done it that day or the day before, because it burnt up a bit smoky. But yeah, so we got that out, and that was really nice. We sat around in the garden on, I think, Friday night, sat up late with that burning and stuff. So that was really nice, and it just kind of extended the weekend, like made it feel a lot longer than it would have done otherwise, I think, because we weren't sat inside the house watching TV at night. We were sat outside doing something a little bit different, listening to music and sat around that. So that was really nice. That's probably the main thing different that I've done this week. Work starting to pick up with COVID related stuff, and also, you know, family members. I've got that work in health servicing and stuff. That's starting to become, I guess, a little bit more pressing and scary as things progress. And actually, one of Emma's cousins who works in our local hospital, she's got coronavirus now. So, you know, hopefully she's fit enough and young enough to pull through, hopefully, and everything like that, which should be good and stuff. But it's kind of pressing it home a bit more. So to sort of take a different change on the night and stuff was a nice way to be, I guess.
Yeah, obviously we've got Helen and Owen who are both working frontline.
Yeah.
Quite vulnerable situations. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My brother's wife is in a similar circumstance to those guys as well. Yeah, here's worrying. So for everyone out there who's, you know, working in those jobs, people who we know who listen to the show, or people in our family and stuff, you know, every credit to everyone, and we're fully, you know, supportive of what you're doing, and it's fantastic. And just keep putting yourself at risk for other people. It's absolutely heroic. But yeah, my recommendation, we watched Dynamo. Dynamo's new show that's on Sky, Beyond Belief it's called. It's a 3-episode thing, and it actually takes you through quite a personal journey that he's gone on with his own health over the last 2 or 3 years. So it was really good show, and we actually watched it all in pretty much one sitting in the end. So that's probably the TV thing we've watched this weekend for me to recommend as well. So yeah, that's it all. So obviously you've found the show somewhere, but you need to get involved in the show as well, and to do that you need to hit us up on our social media channels. So it's at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram. It's facebook.com/SuperLeaguePod. You can send emails to us, superleaguepod@gmail.com. Superleaguepod.com is where you'll find the episode blog post that'll have links on there as well, to where you can send in the match reviews of any old matches that you've watched, or any news stories that you want us to talk about as well. There'll be links for that there. You can search to listen for the show if you've found us through just social media and want to put us onto one of your applications, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, anywhere else really that you normally find your podcast. You can also listen to the show on YouTube, but it's in annoying 15-minute chunks, I think, still, so that's not ideal. But you know, we're on YouTube, so do subscribe to our YouTube channel and encourage us to get more video content up there. Next week we've got Lee Whitnell joining us. I'm not sure which of us regular hosts will be with Lee, but it's Lee's annual visit to the SLP listeners. This time he won't be in person at my house, which will be the first time that's unfortunately been the case since of Lee's visits to the show, which is a real shame. But we obviously we keep to social distancing guidelines seriously on the Super League pod, but Lee will be on the line next week with some of us hosts. Sarah, do you want to take us through our wonderful partners before we say goodbye to everyone?
Yep. So obviously our main sponsor today has been Rob's Toy Shop. So enter SLP discount on checkout at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay and get 5% cash back on orders over £5 and give 1% cash back to SLP. Little Warden with vital alerts for hidden issues. Head to littlewarden.com to see what they can do for you. Mascot Browns for all your international rugby league gear. Use our link shown on the episode blog post and we get 8% of your order value to help our running costs. And Sarah's Bookcase, where you can get access to over 3,000 titles of books and activities from baby through to teenager. Find out more on Facebook.
Excellent stuff. Thanks to all our partners for the support that they give us, as well as obviously you guys getting out there and supporting those small businesses. That's wonderful. Thanks, David, for being involved in the show with your insight. It's been fantastic. You've really given us some different things to think about and some really cool bits of insight there. So thank you very much for being part of the show. I'm sure we'll try to get you back on another show in the future.
Well, thank you very much. It's been really enjoyable, and thanks for the opportunity.
No, it's been wonderful. I just want to thank everyone for listening. Sarah, I want to thank you as well for a start, for a fantastic quiz that was nail biting to the end.
I can take no credit at all for that, I'm afraid.
You delivered it. You
I'll
put the punctuation in.
Take all the credit.
You turned the random selection of words into a coherent sentence with a question mark at the end.
Do you know, I think they all had question marks at the end.
Thanks to everyone for listening, and we hope you've enjoyed another kind of longer than the normal show episode of Super League Pod. We're trying to help you all have something in your ears through this time whilst you're probably working from home or trying to do jobs around the house or what have you. Thanks for joining us on the show, and make sure you're sending your views on what topic we'll have next week. I think we'll let Lee pick the topic and we'll let you know on our social media channels during the week. But thanks again for listening to another episode of your favourite Super League Rugby League podcast, the Super League Pod.
See ya.